You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tap In. We are OneOOne. I'm your host, Andy Danchuk, and I'm here with my co-hosts and business partners, the Golden Boy, Sean.
Say it fucking right.
Fry.
There we go. Yo!
And Jack Blaine's Mr. James Black.
What is up?
I don't know, James. What is up? Because you're looking down.
How you gonna stall like that, bro?
What do you mean?
How you gonna stall like that?
All right, guys. It is your responsibility to tap into information that's going to benefit you and your life. This podcast will hopefully expand your thinking so that you can finally take control. What is going on, guys? It's a good day. We got a good topic. I just want to apologize in advance for last week's upload. We were not satisfied whatsoever with our podcast, so we did not post it. We do not want to make you listen to junk that you shouldn't have to listen to. If we're not happy with it, why the fuck would you be happy with it? So we're here. We're back another week. We regrouped. We talked about it a little bit more. And we came up with this kind of topic because I think last week we were all struggling a little bit here and there, just staying focused and whatnot. And we talk about this stuff a lot. It's going to happen. It happens to everybody. I mean, it happens to the best of us. It happens to the people who are just starting out. It happens to people who are doing this shit forever. So it's not a big deal. You just need to figure out a way to adapt and overcome and to better your situation for the following week, and so on and so on and so on. And that's the constant evolution of being better, doing better, and getting better. I think we can all agree on that, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we gotta realize we're just starting out, so it's gonna happen sooner than we or more than we would like. But yeah, we're back here again, so let's make this one great.
We just keep fucking shooting.
I'm a champ. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
He's a fucking savage.
James has the heart of a lion.
I don't ever give in.
He's double mic'd up and ready to fuck.
That's what they call me.
That's what they call him.
They call him double.
All right, guys. So we'll jump right into it. So we want to talk today a little bit. I don't know. I feel like this is something that's not talked about often. I feel like this is something that is commonly known, and I feel like the information is obviously readily available, as all information today is, because we live in a great time for information. But basically, me and Sean were driving in the truck the other day, and Sean lives in the... Dude, don't shake the table.
You notice how it's always me and Sean?
All right, dude, I knew he was going to say... Well, James didn't want to come because his fucking pussy hurt, so...
My what?
No, I'm kidding. James hurt his back.
We did invite him.
We did invite him.
We did.
He slipped down a handicap ramp.
Damn, bro.
Nah, he was riding...
You just go straight acknowledge that I don't ride fucking savage BMX on the fucking daily, and sometimes I get fucking hurt when I try crazy fucking flips and shit.
What flip did you try?
But James will tell you he wasn't trying anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
So James could have been there this time, but he decided to not show up. So whatever. We were driving in the truck, and Sean lives in the boondocks. We had no service, so I couldn't be on my phone if I wanted to because it was absolutely fucking useless. But lately, especially more recently, because I've been doing a bit more self-evaluation on how badly my phone and social media truly affects my focus, my motivation, my determination, like just the way my brain functions. Like I don't know. It's just like it's a fucking handicap. Like it fucks me up. So obviously, when something is bothering me, when something is I've noticed is wrong, what do I do naturally? I try to figure out a way to fix it. So I hopped on the old interwebs and I started looking up certain articles and things talking about social media. For me personally, I have to understand something to be able to take action and fix it. Because if I don't understand it, what the fuck am I fixing? So I found some videos. I'm sure most of you have probably watched. If not, Social Dilemma, right? Is that what it is, James? On Netflix?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Social Dilemma on Netflix. I don't actually remember. We're gonna fact check that.
We'll look. Yeah, I believe it's called Social Dilemma. I've never watched it through and through. It's something I do want to watch through and through. I just don't ever put aside time to watch movies or shit like that because I think it's a waste of time. But one day I will. So I've seen clips of it. I heard clips of it. So I started researching some stuff about social media and how it affects the mind. And basically, long story short, it's not the social media that you're necessarily addicted to. You're addicted to that release of dopamine in your mind that is that is basically, dopamine is like a reward drug for your brain. When you do something that in a sense makes you feel good or has a sense of reward because it moves you forward, it's rewarding to you. So then your brain releases dopamine because it's that's the reward drug for the brain. And then you kind of you get addicted to this dopamine feeling. You get addicted to having the constant release of dopamine because it feels fucking good. It's basically telling your brain, like, here's a reward, here's a treat. It's like giving a dog a fucking treat. This is your dog treat for your brain, dopamine, basically. So dogs go crazy the second you shake that dog treat box. They're there, they want that fucking treat because they know how good it's going to be. So your brain craves dopamine the same way a dog craves a biscuit. So basically, social media, because it's instant gratification, because there's constant refresh of new material, something new, you're searching, and that's like human nature for humans is to go search for things. It's just naturally what we do, what our minds do, what we want to do, what we like doing. So that's basically why you're so addicted to social media, because you're constantly getting new, you're constantly getting fresh material, and you're constantly being fed more dopamine because your brain thinks that this is a reward. But the problem is you get stuck in this pattern of, because it's very easy to just sit there and scroll,
and it creates a habit
and get there, right? It's just easy, yeah. And you create a bad habit. So you watch these shows, Social Dilemma or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
Yeah, it's called The Social Dilemma.
The Social Dilemma. Watch it. It's fucking scary shit. And then there's tons of shit on YouTube.
Yeah,
there's tons of amazing people that'll talk about this subject and tell you how bad social media is and how not. All right, hold on. Let's slow up a little bit. Social media can be used properly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So don't think that we're hating on it. We're just trying to point out the obvious things that are damaging about it because we feel like they aren't talked about frequently and they're not commonly known. So the more we know the whys of life, the more we can dissect ourselves and understand why we do things, and therefore it becomes easier to change things and be better when you understand your why.
Right, and the thing is, it's like, for me, it's like how I spend my time. You know what I mean? Like, social media is a thing, like, sometimes you don't even know you're doing, and that's why I say, like, it can become a habit. Like, you can just be like, I'll be working, doing my work, doing what I gotta do, getting my shit done, getting my list done, and then next thing you know, I'll catch myself on my phone. It's like, I didn't even need to be on my phone.
And you wasted an hour.
For what reason was I on the phone? No reason other than
your
like
brain wanted that dopamine.
I just was like, my phone's there. Let me go on Instagram. Like literally, it was in the moment of working. I wasn't slowing down. There was no sign of stopping, and then I found myself on my phone on Instagram. And it's not even bad. Like I'm looking at shit like I love, like dirt bikes and cars and fucking you know, other videos and stuff. But like, yeah, it's like
you're wasting time.
I was like, I'm wasting time. And for me, that's like the biggest thing. It's not really per se the fact of being on it. It's just that there's other things that I could be doing that I don't need to be on social media like that.
And you understand the value of time, because once time, can you please stop shaking the table?
God damn it, James.
Because once you understand and value that time is irreplaceable, it's the only thing in the possible world that we cannot create more of. Time, right? And it is the most wasted thing ever.
Well, getting back to right where you just said, like, he was looking at it as there's a useful part of it. Like, he looks at the shit he likes. So right there, he's kind of dream building, which that I think is huge.
It can be
it
good.
Can be
yes,
huge.
You need that. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of benefits.
There's benefits from it, and right there's a plus side. But I feel like there's a lot of times where like people aren't even doing that. They're just scrolling through because they feel like they need to. Like, I know I've been there before where there's a point in my life that it affected my work so badly because I had like this anxiety that if I felt my phone vibrate, I had to check it right away. And if I didn't check it, it was constantly on my mind where I couldn't even focus on what I was doing. And at this time, I was working for plumbing and HVAC.
I think everybody can relate to that.
Yeah.
I literally think anybody who has a smartphone and is on social media can 110% relate to those anxious feelings just based on feeling the absolute necessary need to be on it, check it, and stay up to date with it.
Dude, and it would kill me. Like, it got to the point where I had to shut off all notifications at work. When I finally, like, realized how bad it was harming me at work, I had to take that, like, reevaluate, like, what the hell was going on, how badly it made me look at work. And, because, dude, it was crazy. Like, I'm telling you, I would be working right next to my boss, and, like, the shit would vibrate, and it would get to the point where I had to check my phone in front of my own boss. I'm like, dude, like, it can wait. And even though I told myself over and over, like, just wait till break and you could check it, like, it would eat away at me. And this is something that, like, we're talking about. You're releasing this dopamine, so it becomes like a drug. Even though it's a natural thing that your body does, it becomes, you're like, you're so used to getting that release and getting that dopamine release in your body and getting that feeling that, like, when you have that vibration and you know you're going to get that release, like, you literally can't stop thinking about it until you check it. So that was something that I started really struggling with. I'm like, holy fuck. And actually, we just talked about it literally, I think this morning maybe, where you're talking about your hour time on your phone. Like, it tells you your screen time. And that was actually something that made me realize I'm glad that, like, iPhones, does your phone do that too? The Android?
I'm sure they all do.
Yeah, I think they do. I never actually looked at it, but.
Well, yeah, so my phone, like, I don't know if it was an update or whatever it was, but it started giving me my screen time, and it was right during that time. I'm like, holy shit, like, bro, 9 hours of screen time, and, like, it hit me. I'm like, I'm on the phone 9 hours a day.
That's sick.
9 hours. That is wasted time. And so literally, like, once I became aware of this, like, that helped me a lot to start coming back. I was getting like 4 hours. I was super happy about that. Well, the crazy thing is, this morning, actually on the way here, after we talked about it, I got the average for last week, and it was 8 hours ago. I'm like, yo, like, actually made me feel like kind of sick. I'm like, dude, like, you're falling back into that. It's not that I'm falling back in the same habit, because before I wasn't.
It's a drug.
I wasn't, like, now I use my phone as, like, a dream building thing where I'm only looking at shit that I truly enjoy, like cars, drifting videos, dirt bikes, whatever it may be. Like, I look at it, that shit, so it helps me.
It can help you,
but that's absurd properly, for 8 hours.
But it can also hurt you in the same sense, because you see something that you want, and you don't have it, and you see it every single day, all day, so you continue to see it, and then you start to create this, like, negative aspect in your mind, like, oh my god, I see this every day, I'm never gonna get it, but I dream about it every day, like, and then it's almost like you end up fucking yourself by looking at it and thinking about it way too much, because you almost, like, convince yourself that you're not worthy of it because you don't have it yet.
Well, I think the word you're looking for, words, is you're dreaming about the lack of it. Instead of
that's what
seeing
it so much does
dreaming
to you of
being, like, instead, like, it's weird. It's like people get imagination and dreaming confused. Easy. And that's where, like they looking at stuff so much, hand in hand. Right? They come hand in hand, but they're, like, completely different things. Dreaming, because of the lack of something, is literally worrying about the fact that you don't have it yet, or you might not ever have it.
It's actually holding you back.
And that's literally holding you back. And then dreaming of the feeling of having it and being in that car and driving that car or drifting that car or on that dirt bike or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate, that's the true definition of like imagination and dreaming, because you're actually dreaming of what it'd be like actually being there, actually
cultivating the feelings necessary as if it's actually happening.
Real. Yeah, because if you worry about the lack of it, you're gonna get the lack of it.
Yeah, it's crazy. One thing I want to point out, I don't know if either one of you guys know this fact. Do you know why heroin is so addictive? Because it's the only drug that actually replaces dopamine.
I think there's a lot of drugs that replace dopamine. Like caffeine gives you like a lot of...
It doesn't replace. Nothing replace. Like it actually, like your body will stop producing dopamine because you're using heroin. That's why heroin becomes so addictive, and that's why, have you ever seen the withdrawal effects from heroin? It's painful as fuck.
Yeah.
Because your brain needs dopamine to satisfy. Like, look into it, dude. It's fucking
But
scary.
I don't think, because I know a lot in the supplement world, like a lot of pre-workouts. So like, I'm telling you right now, I've done this shit. Yeah,
No,
guaranteed. I don't know if it's caffeine, but there's a few that will stop the production of dopamine. So that's why when you come off pre-workouts and shit like that, and that's why like I know I need to stop drinking caffeine and taking so much pre-workout, because it's hindering me. When I don't use caffeine and use pre-workouts, I don't feel the same. I can't think the same. I don't get those same feelings without it. So I feel like kind of like
he's addicted, guys.
Yeah, I'm addicted. So that's what I'm saying is like
I literally every time he dry scoops fucking pre-workout before this fucking podcast, I'm like, you're a fucking drug addict.
Yeah, I literally just pounded.
He literally is
10 minutes ago.
All of us are drug addicts because we're fucking addicted to fucking dopamine. We're addicted to our fucking phones, and this is the shit we're trying to fucking point out. Because how do you fix a problem that you don't even know is a problem?
Well, it's funny you say that too, because like all right, and I'm not trying to say it's a bad thing, but I like know I shouldn't be on the phone that much. So when I am on the phone a lot, sometimes I can tell I'm doing it, and then I still do nothing about it.
Dude.
It's like, all right, I'll go on the phone for a little while, and then be like, all right, I'm on the phone. Like, damn, get on the phone for like 5 minutes. Get off the phone. I'm gonna get off the phone, right? And then like I'll tell myself that, and then 5 minutes later, I'm still on the motherfucking phone, like,
because you're addicted to that
wait, how do I?
Drug,
what did I do?
It's just,
bro, I catch myself doing that all the time where I'm like, yo, I gotta get this done, but let me just scroll for like 5 minutes. Then 5 minutes ago, I'm like, another 5. Dude, until it's like an hour, 2 hours deep, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, just wasting time. And that's why I was saying before about like when it gives you the average of your screen time. Like, think about, like, that's why it was kind of making me sick this morning. Like, 8 hours a day I averaged this past week. If I cut that in half, that's 4 hours of being productive. Dude, I could use to like further me in anything I want. Like, it could be business, could be this podcast, like anything I could use. Just cut that in half.
Fucking hours.
Just cut that in half, and I'm still on my phone 4 hours a day. Like, that's
imagine at the end of the day, somebody was like, here's an extra 4 hours to do all the shit you didn't do. You'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, right? But then you probably wouldn't use it, and you'd go on your fucking phone.
You're right, you end up on your phone. Like, that's for me too. I'd be like, damn,
dude.
I'm on the phone too long. It's all right. I'll do better next time. And then next time, I don't do better. It's like, and it's like, well, you know what? You have to hold yourself accountable for even the little shit. Like, you don't think that you would have to hold yourself accountable for not being on the phone and on
literally every
social
aspect of your
media
life.
as much. But that literally, it applies to everything. Being on your phone, like even going to the gym, like you have to rest. Some people don't even rest. You got to take some kind of rest day. You got to heal. Like you, like some people, it's like, and some people are opposite. Some people don't eat enough, and like that's why they can't change. And some people eat too little, and that it's like it goes every little direction.
Yeah. This helped me a lot recently with answering some questions that I've kind of had about my marijuana usage. I do like to smoke weed a lot of it. When I wake up, I like to smoke weed. When I go to sleep,
smiles on his face.
I like to smoke weed. When I fucking do shit during the day, I think about weed and I smoke weed. So recently, I've noticed that I took about like about 2 months off. I took like a 2-month break from my drug addiction, and dude, I'm fucking trolling right now. Please don't fucking take me like too serious, but I am trying to give you some sort of like good information that maybe can help you.
Drug addiction.
but yeah, so I've coming to the the conclusions about social media that I came to kind of led me down another route into understanding why I'm so dependent on smoking weed. It's because my brain releases that dopamine every time I smoke. So, and also I was doing some research on like marijuana. Like marijuana has an effect on the brain that it makes you want more of it, realizing it or not. It's not in like an addicting way. It just makes you think about it more often than not while using. So you end up using it more if you're thinking about it, because if I'm thinking about weed, what am I going to do? I'm going to go satisfy my craving to want to smoke weed. I'm going to go smoke weed. So understanding my brain more and as to why that reaction is happening and causing me to smoke so much has helped me realize how to control it, because it's almost like I know, like, all right, it's in the beginning, it is going to be a complete and total struggle to not want to smoke. And those 2 months I didn't smoke, dude, I fucking thought about smoking like crazy, and it was terrible, because literally I was like, fuck, dude, I want to smoke weed. But literally by me saying, fuck, dude, I want to smoke weed, that means I'm thinking about weed. That means I'm thinking about the lack of not having it, so it's making me want more of it, so that made it so hard. So that goes back to what we had that
focus,
one podcast,
dude. I was literally just saying about that.
About
yeah.
focus and being focused on the correct outcome. So when giving it up, so I'm probably gonna give it up. Fuck, I really
He's
should.
definitely gonna give it the fuck up.
I didn't fucking
Yeah.
smoke this
Hold
morning,
yourself accountable,
so
motherfucker.
I should not smoke tonight, and this should just be it. Like, that's it. I should go fucking throw my shit out and fucking throw
I'll
my
take it.
bong off the fucking mountaintop and let it shatter. But I probably won't. And I'm fucking saying that, and I sound like a little fucking bitch on my own podcast. So
Yeah, dude.
I'm glad
Yeah.
I'm glad I get to listen back to this and hear myself sounding like a fucking bitch. And I'm gonna stop smoking weed, and I'm gonna focus on the benefits of stopping instead of focusing on the lack thereof not having it. So how does not smoking benefit me? Dude, I am so much more focused. I always go to bed on time. I absolutely don't feel any need to touch my phone whatsoever. Versus when I'm high, all I want to do is fucking scroll and look at cool shit and fucking chop shit up with my boys and fucking smoke more weed. You know, like literally, that's fucking, when I smoke weed, that's all I want to fucking do. And I want to do cool shit. I'll go out and ride dirt bikes. I'll do crazy shit, even when I'm high. Like, but then I just get dummy, and it's not the same. And I don't know. It's just like it's not the same. It's like I'm dependent on something for happiness, and I hate that feeling.
Well, when did you start smoking like religiously every day again? Like this past week or past 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, like 3 weeks.
Yeah. So even like from my viewpoint, because me, Andy, and James are always around each other. Me and Andy lift every single
Sean's
day
been calling
together.
me a faggot,
Dude,
every single
like
fucking
this
day.
kid,
It's like,
what
happened to you, bro?
Dude, I seriously like to see this change in him. I've been wondering, like, bro, like, because this is the type of kid, like, literally when we're out working on his dad's truck the other day, I was like, holy shit, it's cold. And I said it a few times, and when we went inside there, he's like, bro, I was getting pissed because, like, you kept saying it's fucking cold, and in my head, I'm telling myself it's warm out. So, like, just, like, to view his, like, mindset that he would make sure that he was strong enough where he wouldn't focus on the cold because he didn't want to be cold. Now, dude, all I hear this kid talk about is how it's too cold at work. He's freezing his ass off. We're working on a dirt bike late last night.
I'm a bitch!
Dude, we're in the garage. He's like, bro, you can feel it. It's getting colder. And I'm like, dude, stop fucking saying it. So I'm like, I'm being the reverse. I'm being Andy now. I'm like, dude, what's going on? Usually you're fucking on point. You're fucking mentally tough as fuck. And like lately you've just been like doubting yourself and like overthinking shit nonstop. And then come to talk, like once we started talking about it, I realized I've been smoking. So from like
And I don't
my
hide
viewpoint,
it from you. I literally tell you, I talk about it openly. Like, I do it purposely because then you
But I
tell
did-
me shit like that, and I'm like, fuck,
But I didn't
man.
even put two and two together until like I really noticed it. I'm like, yo, you just started smoking recently again, and like I totally saw the switch, and like I thought maybe it was just some other underlying things that you're battling with, but like literally it came down to you smoking weed again, and just kind of made you more maybe mentally lazy, which turned into you more mentally weak. And you haven't been holding yourself accountable. You haven't been winning your days. You haven't been winning your daily tasks and shit like that. So like just that has affected Andy so much where I literally could see a complete change in him.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that just something like that you enjoy so much, but you know it holds you back so much.
But
I'm able to see it from a second standpoint. It's not even something that you only see yourself. Like, I was able to see it because I'm like, why is this kid being different right now? Like, what happened? What's going through his head right now?
I'm happy with myself because I was able to hold myself accountable and properly self-evaluate. So all these practices and techniques that we've been learning together and talking about to help teach other have truly benefited me, because back in the day, dude, I would have fucking made up excuses, found a way, because I love it so much to not make it feel like, no, I would have blamed everything. I would have blamed them switching me over to commercial and getting up at 4 in the morning, at 3:45, 4 in the morning, versus getting up at 5 and not having any time in the morning because the job starts at 6 now, when I used to have time in the morning because I started at 7:30 to read, do this, do that prior to work. So now my schedule got thrown fucking up into shambles, and it really fucking upset me. And that's kind of why it started getting really fucking hard. And I think that's why I started fucking smoking again, because like, I just fucking...
You wanted that release just a little bit, and
I was tired of getting my fucking ass kicked, and then I let it get out of control, and it turned into fucking 3 weeks of smoking, like, as soon as I wake up, and as soon as fucking... And throughout the rest of the fucking day. It was just bad, but I am really happy, because back in the day, I wouldn't have been able to call myself on this bullshit and
if you weren't able to call yourself on, think about, like, someone like me saying, like, dude, why are you being...
I would have
got pissed at me.
I would have said, fuck you, motherfucker. You don't know me. Like, who the fuck are you to tell me I can't handle my shit? Who the fuck are you to tell me I can't smoke weed? Who the fuck are you to call me out on this shit? Because that was just that small-minded fucking thinking.
Even when I do it to you, I'm kind of used to people getting so defensive so quick that I almost don't want to, but I'm like, nah, fuck no, this is my boy, I'm going to call him out whether he gets mad or not. But, like, even when I first started doing it, I'm like, he's probably going to get pissed right now. But I'm like, dude, you're being different. And, like, you handle it different, and that's exactly what we're talking about.
I'm like, dude, I know.
You know how to self-evaluate yourself. You know how to take responsibility for your own actions, which is such a rare thing nowadays because we're so used to just putting the blame on outside. It's hard to do, though. It is, because you got to be real with yourself. You got to be like, yo, everything is in my fucking control. No one else's. So if I'm being different, this dude's seeing it, and he's at least being real enough to call me out on it. Instead of being pissed and getting like a little bitch, I need to sit here and swallow my pride and be like, yo, like, he's fucking right. Like, I've been losing. Like, you know so much more inside shit that I don't even know. So, like, you can take what I say, and then you can, like, take away from it and be like, even further, be like, fuck, I have been losing here. I haven't been doing this. I've been fucking getting late. Like, all this shit that I didn't even see. And instead of just getting pissed at me, like you said, you're like, fuck, like, he's right. And then it made you, like, realize.
And I make the fucking necessary change, and I get back on my fucking horse, and I ride that shit like a fucking man. It's just, it really, like, it helps me. I've developed the, what's the word? Fucking the...
Habit?
Not the habit, the self-awareness to realize what's good and bad for me for myself. Yeah. But this is a newly formed skill, so I'm still working at it. I'm still learning about it. I'm still trying to get better at it. So to already be self-evaluating myself and calling me out on the bullshit in my own head, I don't need to speak out and talk to anybody else about it necessarily, but to be doing that, and then to have somebody who I do trust and know is on the same type of grind for me, and I know is going to call me out on shit and criticize me constructively, that was like that extra kick in the ass that, like, all right, fuck yeah, like, I am being a bitch. Like, Sean even sees it. Sean sees the change in me, and he's fucking, thank God he's there to fucking tell me, because it's just like that extra fucking punch in the chest to say, and get your shit together. You know, like, you know it's not good for you. You know you have your own answers. Like, I was talking to God a lot. I kept asking him to give me answers for this, give me answers for this, give me answers for this. And I think he purposely didn't give me answers for it because he already knew I knew the answers. I just wasn't willing to accept reality.
The answer is within yourself. If you knew it, you just had to dig for it and accept it.
That was the thing. Accept it. It was the answer that I didn't want. I wanted the answer.
That's usually how it goes.
Dude, I wanted the answer to be like, yo, you can figure this out and still smoke weed. But no, bro, the answer is just fucking stop smoking weed. Like, that's the answer. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts, or no beating around the fucking bush. Like, sack the fuck up and stop smoking weed. Like, dude, after a year of not fucking smoking, I'm not even gonna think about it.
No.
You know?
You just gotta get past.
And that sounds hard and crazy, but
you just gotta beat the habit of smoking weed and the habit of thinking about it and
focusing on the correct. What's the benefits I'm gonna get by smoking weed?
Exactly.
I'm gonna be so focused. You know how much I'm gonna get done. Look at how much I got done in those 2 months that I wasn't smoking. Just stay focused on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the holy fucking shit. I don't have weed.
The crazy part is we literally talked about this already.
I know. It's
like fucking like the people around you too. Like when I stopped for a fucking month and a half, close to 2 months. And I came back to it. I was not nearly as abusive or heavy, so that was cool. And still to this day, I'm not even anywhere near like, you know,
where you
all
were.
Day, every day where I was. But it's like also during
Neither am I, but
during that time period, it's still like I was doing so good, and like when I decided to stop, I was like, "You're stopping today," and that was it. And literally, I stopped that day, and I didn't smoke again. Like I said, for I don't know, like close to 2 months at least. And the hardest part wasn't even deciding like that I wasn't stopping smoking, or deciding like I'm not doing this, or deciding like, oh, this is beneficial for me. The hardest part for me was like that most of the people that you associate with that I've associated with throughout the past 5 to 10 years smoked weeds, and we weren't the people that smoked weed and sat like on the couch, but it was always the fuck, oh, you trying to smoke, go somewhere, do something, you trying to smoke, do this, do that.
So it's
that
like too,
and
you know?
But it's like everybody's on that.
Yeah.
So for me to have, I mean, not everyone, but a lot of the people fucking
smoke like,
dude,
what's
good? You want to like rip a bowl and go? And it's like they're not even trying to get fucking retarded.
Nah,
they just
bro,
want to rip a bowl and
high
go.
was normal,
You know, like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But it's like you have that repetitiveness when multiple people ask you the same thing. Where now, not only are you battling yourself, telling yourself what you're doing and why it's benefiting you, but you're trying to battle a whole nother demon that's like grabbing at you like, oh, you know, smoke a bowl. You don't have to fucking smoke a whole blunt. You have to smoke a whole joint. You don't have to get really high. Just smoke a bowl. Go do something. And you're like, but I'm not supposed to do that. It's like, what?
You don't need to do that.
We're doing it too.
Like,
Come on. And it's
dude,
like,
I got
that's like the whole
bad.
Me Too thing. Like that's how I got on social media per se, because like I didn't grow up in the social media age. So when I first got on it, I wasn't like, oh yeah, let's go take some pictures. Like, I need to have my fucking Nikes and my Yeezys on. And
I gotta
look
fucking
fly
gram.
and all that
fucking,
shit. Like,
yeah.
when I first got Instagram, I was like, I didn't know what it was. I mean, Facebook was just like, you just talk to your friends and shit. Like, you were literally friends with people on Facebook, for me anyway, to be friends with them. Like, I know majority of the people that
you
I
only
was even friends
people
with.
that you knew in real life.
Right.
Like, yeah.
And, like, so everybody got on Instagram, and I didn't have it for the longest time, and I think I just got on it because, like, the hive mind was, like, everyone was going to the new social media thing. So, like, I was like, all right, I might as well just make one, so I might as well just have one, just to have one.
Yeah.
And, like, that was, like, a long time ago, and then leading to where we are now, it's, like, some kids that obviously weren't born back then or were born in the 2000s and shit are literally going to know nothing
prior to social media.
And that's halfway scary.
That's fucking full way scary.
Yeah.
That's scary as fuck.
We've talked about this a little bit. I'm going to talk about it, and this is actually my own niece that I'm going to talk about. So my brother's daughter. So, like, my mom's probably going to listen to this. So, like, I hope they actually take from this, like, what I'm trying to get out. But when it comes to, like, I've been around a few parents that are younger now. Like, I've known a few different parents and shit like that. And the craziest thing is, like, I see it daily now is that kids nowadays, they have tablets, bro. Like, my niece is 3 years old. She has a tablet. And I watched since probably honestly 2, she's had maybe not the same tablet, but either way, she's able to go on your phone. Like, at 2 years old, she wanted to go on all of her phones and just watch YouTube. And when this kid gets on YouTube, bro, like, straight looks like she's hypnotized. Doesn't hear, see, or anything other than you. Like, I will walk past her 6 different times. And, like, same exact face, like, almost mouth open, drooling type shit, watching YouTube. And, like, they just...
Okay.
Obviously, we're not a parent,
Okay,
so
listen to me.
we don't have kids. So like, we're not coming at you like this. But we're in the age group where we understand how bad
It
social
don't matter
media
if we
has
don't
affected.
have kids or we're not
But,
fucking
like,
parents. We can see the effects.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. We see the effects
Yeah.
ourselves at our age. So we're at the point where we're able to consciously see it if we're willing to
scared
accept
for
it.
kids, bro.
Exactly. We're able to see how it affected us so negatively.
The reason we want to
These-
talk about
yeah.
it now is because to
now
help
look
them.
at now look at so
Okay,
go back
that-
to what we were just talking about. Look how bad it's affecting us.
But
at
that's-
23 to 30 years old.
This is what I want to point out, though.
Yeah.
We grew up. I didn't get this sort of exposure until I think I got my first smartphone like freshman year. So I'm 14 years old. And even at 14 years old, when I got my first smartphone, these apps weren't that big, so I didn't use it for that reason. Even though I got a smartphone, I was like, this thing's fucking cool because I can look shit up and I can connect with people on my phone other than having their number and shit, because prior to that, I just had a flip phone, a phone for normal use. Now, the problem with this is, so I grew up for 14 years, not because this is another thing too that a lot of people don't understand. Once you get to a certain level of dopamine release, your brain, your mind, it craves for that same level consistently. So at 3 years old, she is releasing a ridiculously high amount of dopamine that is going to be irreplaceable by standard daily everyday tasks that release a quarter of the dopamine that scrolling on your phone releases. So she is creating a dependency for dopamine that is so fucking high that it will never possibly be met by any other fucking activities other than social media or something like that, because of the just look it up. Look into fucking how much why social media is so addicting, and try to understand it, because once you start to see it and look into it and understand it, you're gonna be like, holy fuck, man, like it's gonna blow your mind. So this poor little girl at 3 years old is literally now set the standard for dopamine to be so high when she does laundry, when she does dishes when she's older, when she does daily tasks like going to work or doing a task that takes 8 hours to do before it's complete. She's not going to have the drive, the focus, the initiative,
Dude, the
any
focus
of that
is gonna be the biggest
because the brain is saying, bro, this is only releasing a quarter of the amount of dopamine that scrolling on your phone would release, and it's 10 times as hard. So why the fuck do I want to do this?
I gotta actually put an effort in. Like, just
it's not gonna happen because just
dude,
no.
think about like, and
It's
I tried to
scary.
explain this to my mom one day. I was like, listen, like, I'm at this age and I saw how bad it affected me. So like we just said, like I didn't get a smartphone and social media.
She's never seen any other
Dude,
way though.
I had Facebook when I just had like a computer, but like when I got an actual phone, like an iPhone, I was finally able to get like an Instagram shit like that. So I didn't have an Instagram until I want to say the end of my junior year. So from pretty much junior year is when I seriously started being able to use phone in school and all that shit. So I always had something.
Use phone.
Yeah, always had it on me compared to like where I'd
Use
have to
phone.
go home and like be inside to be on a computer. Like now it's just always on me, so I was always able to look at it whenever I wanted. That's when the development started creating that really bad habit of always needing my phone to get that release. So at what are you, fucking 16 junior year of high school?
Yeah, I think you're 14.
So 16 years old. I had
16.
16. From 16 to 22, that's when I was finally able to realize. So that's 6 years, right? Yeah, no.
16.
That's 6,
4
8 years.
years.
8 years.
22?
Oh, yeah. You're
4
right. My
years.
bad. I was thinking 14, not 16.
Oh, no, 6 years, bro. 6
6 years. Yo, we suck at math. Oh,
We're
anyway,
literally
so
just trolling ourselves at how bad we are at math because fucking never
we'll talk
mind.
about it another
Yeah.
time, but we suck
We
at math.
suck at math.
So anyway, 6 years. So I only had 6 years of this exposure, and at least it was when I was already developed to a certain point where I could pick up on these things and understand like habits and the way my brain worked and shit like that. And it became such a bad habit already, like I talked about at the work and shit like that, where I had to really break the habit. I'm still trying to break the habit at 23 now, almost 24, where I'm really like, yo, dude, this is really hindering your life. Now look at these children now, because it's not just my niece. I see all children
Dude,
now. All
everywhere
children
you
now.
Go. What happens when they're sitting in the waiting rooms? What happens when they're fucking
At fucking
sitting
dinner,
at dinner
dude,
table
at
when they're
fucking
out
anywhere.
at dinner? The parents just literally hand them the fucking tablet. They shut the fuck up. They don't cry. They don't do anything, and they fucking get memorized.
Exactly.
And that's it. They don't even talk to their fucking parents.
They don't even talk to
bro.
their parents, bro. They got headphones in at fucking once they're old enough
That's
to understand
it,
music
bro.
and shit. They're at
Done.
the dinner table with
Done.
fucking headphones in.
Done.
So look at that. You're building what 6 years had such an impact on me negatively. You're starting
you're
off
still struggling to
still
change
struggling
now.
at 23, a fucking grown up, like a goddamn grown up. I'm still struggling to break that habit. Now look at what you're gonna do from a kid. Let's just say at 2
only
years.
known that.
Let's just
Only known
Let's
that.
just say at 3 years old. That's when they start. Usually they start younger. Let's say at
Still,
3.
Still
Start at
that's
3,
what-
and
you
they're
basically
not
only
gonna
know that.
They're not gonna know how to. They're not gonna know critical thinking. They're not gonna know how to work for anything because they're so used to instant gratification. They won't be able to focus on anything because they're so used to just scrolling. Different topic. Different topic. Different topic. Every time they fucking scroll, something's new. Just like you said, it was something simple as laundry. They're gonna be like, "All right, I'm bored of this. Like, this is too much work to do laundry and focus
the
on."
state of
have to put in-
depression
dude.
that
it's
is going to be caused by being forced to do the lower dopamine tasks because
you're gonna
that's
feel
what
like
happens.
shit compared to what
You
you're
are
used to.
depressed as fuck and you don't know why. It's because you get so much dopamine released from your fucking phone and from scrolling that when you have to nut up, shut up, and do all the hard tasks that you really don't want to do that don't release all this dopamine and are 10 times fucking harder, you become depressed.
Right, because that you think that life revolves around your phone or your tablet and like the social media and like what you see on social media and what people have is like the crazy part is like that's not what life's about. Everything you see on social media, 1, you can't believe, 2, probably isn't real, and 3, you have to fucking work in real life to get that anyway. So you're just gonna be on the tablet, be on the phone, be on YouTube, Instagram, and actually I don't think
yourself.
and like I said, these can be used as tools, but they're not. But they're
110%.
not.
They have to be used as
majority of the
tools.
time.
But they have to be-
They're not being used as.
They
tools,
have to be realized
like
that
you
that's
said.
what they're supposed to
just
be used for.
handing them out to the kids at the dinner table, at the
And allowing
restaurant,
them to be abused.
and allowing them to use it when they cry. They
Think
just
about-
give it to them to shut them up, stuff like that. And it's like I never had that as a kid. I never had anything. I barely had video games. Like I was barely inside, and then like getting a phone, like I had to work for my own phone. I literally had to go get a job to make money to get my own phone because my mom was like, "Yeah, I'm not getting you a phone. Like, what are you, crazy?"
Yeah.
Like everyone else had a phone though, so obviously I need to get one. But for me, it was just for contacting like my friends and shit. It wasn't even about social media or anything at the time. And now all these kids know is, okay, can I have it? They're like, yeah, sure, no problem. They go on YouTube or whatever, literally whatever they want, and then that's it.
Well, think about this. They put an age restriction on alcohol, right? Why? Because alcohol is a drug that therefore releases dopamine and it's a reward feature. And the reason that they put an age limit on it is because scientists, fucking people who study it, the effects of it, know that if it's introduced way too early, it is something that people are going to become totally dependent on and can't live without. And just look
And
at
just fuck up
the
the
effects of
development.
alcohol. Even at 21 years old, obviously we get our hands on it a lot sooner just because that's just the way of the world. And most people that do, but like, fuck, dude. I look at so many people who started drinking early on. Like, I got a lot of fucking friends, and I've had exes that, because of fucking, like, alcohol literally ruined relationships. Like, alcohol's done so much damage in my fucking life. Alcohol killed my fucking best friend. Alcohol made me fucking a complete fucking loser for a while. Like, there's just so many damaging effects to alcohol, and that's why, personally, that I don't drink. You can drink, but realize when you're drinking, like, it's the same effect. Like, I'm trying to stress the fact of how bad social media and how bad these things can truly be and how badly damaging they can be to us and why, so that we can understand them. Because I think we all understand why and how bad alcohol is, but we see it every day, even though knowing that, right? Everybody our age knows that. It's a common fact about how bad alcohol is, but yet we completely ignore it. We don't care. And we
a lot of
get
people just
fucked
don't want
up
to accept the
all
facts of what it
day,
actually
every
does.
single weekend, after work, Mondays, Monday night
anything
happy hour, Thursday night this, that, fucking there's always an excuse to just go out and do more, get more of it, and drink more,
anything,
right?
yeah, anything,
and then you're fucking an alcoholic, and
Yeah.
you won't admit it to yourself.
Exactly, that's a big problem.
And then you get withdrawals when you stop fucking drinking. It makes you fucking depressed because you're not releasing as much dopamine because it's a activity that releases a stupid amount of fucking dopamine, and you are fucked. And you fucked your life, you fucked yourself, and it's all on you. It's literally
it's
all
gonna be
on
such
you.
it's gonna be such a hard habit, and you could say addiction to break once you build it, especially at a young age, and you get older and realize how.
It's fucking terrible.
Because when you're young,
It's
you really
terrible.
don't understand how much getting drunk every night's holding you back because you're fucking young, dude. You ain't got nothing to do. You go fucking work a minimum wage job or whatever.
you don't have nothing to do.
Exactly. you could,
gotta
dude.
be
There's
out there.
fucking.
You gotta be on your fucking grind.
There's
early.
millionaires that are 18 right now, so there's a lot of shit you can't be doing. But like for the most part, most people don't think this is something that's gonna affect you because you're young. You're like, oh, I'm fucking 18,
And everybody's doing it.
Yeah,
Everybody's doing it. I gotta fucking do it, man.
I could go party with my friends. I don't have to I don't have work tomorrow, whatever it may be. But then you build that habit at a young age when yes, maybe you don't have as important things to do when you're young. But then once you build that habit young and you carry on to once you're fucking 23 up to 30 and shit like that, and you really get a legit career, and then it really starts affecting you to the point where you can't even fucking go to work without being somewhat drunk. You can't even wait
fucked.
until your break
You're
to start
fucked.
to do a couple of shots just because
Fucked.
you start feeling like such shit. Dude, I worked with a guy. Dude was cool as shit, man.
Yeah.
Like an awesome guy, great personality. Like honestly had a lot going for him. He's a hard working shit like that, but he was a much harder worker when he drank alcohol. When he wasn't drinking alcohol, dude, completely different fucking person. And I hated to work for him
His
or
body
work
was
with
crying.
him.
It wanted
Dude,
dopamine.
so like the craziest shit ever. Like for a while, like dude, I hated working with him. I'm like, bro, like what? Like you're doing fucking nothing. He started taking shots and shit like at break, and he would come back happy as shit, busting out work like, yo, let's go. I'm like, dude, and like I didn't realize at first,
yeah.
and then like a week later, he tells me, yeah, dude, I've been getting a little tuned up every break. I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, dude. I was like, I go to the liquor store, get a couple drinks, and then I'm good to go for the rest of the day. I'm like, it sounds fucked up. I was like, can you please keep doing that? He's like, dude, I'm like,
it's
he's like,
really
dude, I'm
fucked
honestly
up.
completely, but that's how crazy it is. Like without alcohol, he does nothing. All he does is bitch, complain,
But
doesn't
he
want to
needed
move.
to go a solid week or 2 weeks without it and just break that fucking
I
habit.
feel like
as
at
hard
that
as it
point,
is.
it's going to take a lot more. But yeah, if you're young,
Yeah.
hell yeah, you just got to break the habit when you're younger. But once you get to that point, it's going to be fucking hard. And that's what people don't realize is when they're young, they're building these bad habits that they won't affect you that bad when you're young. Because like I said, you might not have a lot to do. You might just be working a minimum wage job. You're just going to school, whatever it may be. I don't give a fuck.
I hate it. I
But
hate it.
once you get into the real fucking world and you keep bringing that habit and you build on it,
fucked, dude.
it's going to be so
are
fucking
fucking-
hard to break it to the point where most of the time you're not going to fucking break it unless
You're
it's something
literally
you
digging
desire
your own
so
grave
hard
every day.
and it's going to ruin your life whether you believe it or not. It might ruin your life where like yeah, you're living a decent life where you have like say a $60,000 a year job and you got a little house, a nice little family, shit like that. But really, if you didn't drink, you could be so much fucking further. Like that's what people don't realize when they're building these habits young. And that's the thing, dude. Think about this. So going back to like my niece and kids and shit like that, having these things so young, we have no idea the effect yet of what this is gonna do.
Dude, we
when they
just-
turn, when
yeah.
3-year-olds now are 23.
There's going to be a limit.
Dude.
There's going to be, I guarantee you, there'll be an age limit onto when within the next 10 to 20 years, I can almost guarantee you that every social media site will have an absolute
I think
minimum
you're-
age limit
Oh, no,
of
no.
like 18 or something. They're not going to let these kids on it. If we wake up and we fucking
Yeah, if we wake up.
we
If
do
we
the
wake
shit
up.
that's fucking right as a society, and America's not going down the best fucking path right now, and it's fucking up to us to fucking straighten this shit out. But if we continue to go down this fucking path and we don't put a restriction on it and we don't fucking see the damaging effects of it and we don't do the research needed, and this is happening right now. There's doctors that devote their lives to talking about
they
this
see
shit
it already, dude.
because
They
they
see
already
it.
they're scared. They are fucking scared for an entire society being.
Bro, that generation's gonna be the world leaders one day. Like
That's what I'm saying.
that's-
Like, dude, that's fucked.
They're,
That is
those are
fucking
going to be
scary.
They're going to be people that need to run
That's-
companies.
and
They're
we're
people
the
that need to
ones
run our
raising them.
country. Yeah, that generation, whether you like it or not, at
Like,
some
you
point
know how
are
many
going to be in
friends your
leader.
age that have fucking kids and shit like
Dude,
that. It's on
hella-
us. Like, it's
hella-
our fucking fault,
and like
dude.
yeah, and like
And they're not, and our generation doesn't hold themselves accountable
No.
for nothing. So what the fuck's gonna happen?
No.
It's gonna turn into a society that's absolutely and totally fucked, We have kids who don't know shit and don't know anything about being held accountable because the people who raised them knew nothing about holding themselves accountable, and that's all we see nowadays. Nobody fucking wants to hold themselves fucking accountable. So then we have kids who don't know how to hold themselves accountable because they learn from people who don't hold themselves accountable, that are fucked up off of some shit that we already knew was fucked up, that because we won't hold ourselves accountable, we couldn't
all right, yeah, and this
do
is
the hard things and say how bad it is.
This is where we might offend some people. I really don't give a fuck because, so many people that I've said like, yo, like I literally, me and you've talked about it. I think James has been in a couple of these conversations too, where I'm not giving my fucking kid a tablet, nothing, no cell phone until like his first cell phone will be a fucking flip phone, and that'll be when he starts.
That's all he needs it for,
dude. That's when he'll be. That's when he'll be doing sports or something where he needs to be able to get a hold of me, and it'll be a fucking flip phone. Yeah. And like parents are gonna go outside like, oh, your kid's gonna get bullied and shit like that because
I don't give a
because
fuck.
People are gonna think that you know what? Who's gonna bully my kid when I'm pulling up in a fucking Ferrari picking him up from school? All right, and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, my motherfucking kid's gonna drive his own Ferrari when he's probably fucking 23 because I'm gonna build the motherfucking habits
bully him
at a young bully him because my kid's gonna be doing a fuck ton more than like the kids that are getting stuck on this social media grind and shit at a young age. So I don't give a fuck if my kid gets bullied because he's gonna come home and I'm gonna show him the fucking way. But the thing is, this is where we're gonna offend people. Is like I hear so many younger parents, like even my brother, and that's why I said like I might offend him if he listens to this, but I hope he picks the good from it. Like they're like, oh yeah, but I need that free time. Like I need to give them something. It gives me time to get other shit done. Motherfuckers. Our parents did not have this shit to give us when we were young. You know what they did? They handled their motherfucking business while they took care of our ass.
They figured it
out. My mom
out.
fucking probably carried us until we were fucking 4 on her goddamn shoulder while she did shit. My mom went to fucking night school and to work to get a better job.
My mom ran her own fucking business, and when my dad was away on business doing shit.
So why the fuck do you think that nowadays you need extra time? No, you decide to have a kid, whether it's a fucking accident or not, that's on you.
Because we don't know how to manage time. We waste 8 hours a fucking day on our phones.
Yeah, you fucking have plenty of time. Put your fucking phone down, be a parent, and fucking get your shit done. Make a fucking future for your kid.
Stop being a bitch.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I just want to add in that this is really important to me, and this is how I look at a lot of things, or try to anyway. Just because you can get through the day or week or month or year successfully with a bad habit, it's not about because you can get through it. It's about what you didn't accomplish while you were just getting by.
Think about if this bad habit, you've been able to do it for years. Because, dude, I've smoked weed for fucking 6 years. I've still been able to make progress. But in 2 months' time of stopping, I made more progress in that fucking 2 months than I made the prior 2 years.
Right.
Literally, I'm not even fucking joking about that. It sounds fucking crazy, but I am not joking.
Right. So
Two
it's like
fucking months.
It's like just by I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's not just because you can do it that it's not hurting you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because you can get by daily doesn't mean it's not hurting you. What you have to look at is just because you can do that, what could you do if you didn't?
That's like the hard answer.
That's the hard answer, because if you didn't, it's 10 times as more. It's your Ferrari, it's your Lamborghini, it's your house.
The answer you don't
want.
It's
your fucking, as a kid, if there's kids listening to this right now, it's your next $10,000 mountain bike. It's your, you know what I mean?
Whatever,
dude.
Dude.
It's whatever it is that you want. The oh, I can do it, so it's okay attitude will see how much life changes when you swap it to what can I get done if I don't do it.
Yeah. You got to try it to see the benefits of it, and then...
that goes right back to when we talked about intent and shit, and how much intent you're putting behind your shit.
I can't...
Everything...
I gotta pee.
Okay, he's gotta go pee.
You guys keep
So everything we fucking do, bro, nowadays people do half-ass. So right there where you're talking about is like, yeah, you can get away with it. You can get away with it, and you might be getting by, but like... If you put the intent on stopping that and focusing solely on your fucking goals or whatever it may be, your work, whatever, you will be so much fucking further if you just give it up. Like, of course you can get by. That's fucking no-brainer. Like, you can make that shit happen. There you go. So, that ties right back to one of our first podcasts when we talked about the intent of things. Like, whatever you do, fucking give it all you got, because there's no point in doing it if you're not going to give it your all. So that's like me going to the gym right now, and I'm finally starting to build the habits of being solely intentful in the gym. But that's like me going to the gym right now, and worrying about what's happening on my phone while I lift. Obviously, my lift's gonna be shit. Did I lift?
Right.
Yeah, I lifted. Did I burn some calories? Am I gonna be more fit than if I didn't lift at all? Yeah, of course I am, because I'm actually going and working out. But will I be anywhere near what I could be if I would have just fucking put my phone down and focused solely on lifting? Nowhere fucking near it. Like, I tell you, night and day difference. Like, when I'm competing and shit and I'm a savage, like, the difference between my intent completely changes my body. Because when I fall off, I'm still going to the gym and shit like that. My focus and my mind just isn't in the same realm. I'm still doing the same list. I'm still trying to progress and shit like that. But my fucking intent just isn't there, and my body looks 9-day difference.
Yeah, well, going on your phone during your fucking workout and not going on your phone during your workout is a difference between benching 225 and 315. So
Yeah, and probably for fucking a couple more reps.
yeah, probably yeah. That's
Dude,
it.
it's crazy how like mental everything really
Yeah.
is.
So, just getting back to it, like, yeah, you might be able to get it done, but you really need to evaluate yourself and decide if it's holding you back or not. Which most of the time, for the most part, smoking weed and the shit that we're talking about, yeah, it's gonna hold you back. So, whatever you do, you have to focus on the things that are going to help you get fucking further in life. So, like we said, social media might have benefits. Like, for me, I know the benefit of it is dream building, but I don't need to spend 8 hours a day fucking scrolling through Instagram. Like, no, let me break that in half to start off with and start building the habit of keeping my phone away and just using it for a certain amount of time. And then I'm going to keep working on get that down to like maybe 2 hours. 2 hours a day, to me, it sounds like a good amount of time to fucking go through, look at the shit that I want in life, and fucking just be able to visualize it. But there's no fucking reason to be on there 8 hours. I know for a fact most people on the phone way more than 8 hours a day because, I'm literally construction all day. Then I go to the gym all day. I don't touch my phone really in the gym other than for the music, and Andy might call me out, but there's a few times I go on Instagram, I DM James or something.
Every time we're in the gym, I'm like, dude, get the fuck off your phone.
Shut
I'm
your
literally get the fuck off your phone. But yeah, we gotta fucking cut this to an end. So I just want to bring back another quote that I really do love, and it was said by one of the greats, Thomas Jefferson. If we are to guard against ignorance and remain free, it is the responsibility of every American to be informed. So it is your job to get the information you need. The information is out there. Go out there, find the information, get the information, use this podcast and the whole point of this podcast is to get you thinking in different ways and about different things, so you actually start putting time into things that matter. Like that's truly what we want to do for you. We want to bring you information that can help you. We don't need you to agree with everything we agree with. We don't want you to agree with everything we agree with, because we can't evolve, we can't learn, we can't get better if we aren't consistently challenged. So we're bringing you information, we're making you think. Now it's up to you to go down that rabbit hole and find the information that benefits you and makes sense to you. So we gave you a lot today. We hope it helps you, especially in these really, really crucial times and damaging times. This will help you mentally, this will help you physically, this will help you materialistically, and every ways. I promise you, because we're on this grind, we're doing it, and the reason we're doing these podcasts again are so you can learn from us, so you can go through the process with us. Like, that's the whole point of it. It's literally something that we enjoy doing, and we're doing this not only one for ourselves, because we like to listen back, we like to learn from it, we like to get better from it. We're doing it so that you can do the same with us. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying right now. I fucking lost my train of thought. But just please, guys, keep sharing it. If it helped you, share it with one friend. We're not doing this to make money. We're not even looking into like monetization of this whatsoever. We don't care. We're literally just doing this to try to help you. So if it helped you, please reach out on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever you prefer. Let us know how it helped you, why it helped you, because, dude, when I've been hit up by a bunch of people, when I get those stories, dude, it makes me feel really good. It really does. It makes me feel like I'm not doing this for no reason, and the whole point of us doing this is to help everybody.
It feels good to fucking
we just want to help.
Others.
That's literally it. It's just what makes me feel good. This shit's like therapy for me. It really is, and that's why I love doing it. So I'm gonna continue to do it. And I hope you guys are going to continue to listen, and I hope you guys are going to continue to love it.
Gain some stuff from it.
And if you want something different, it's on you to reach out and let us know this is what you want. And then we'll try to...
We'll make a topic about it. Let us know what you...
we'll do our best, you know? Like, that's the whole point of it. But it's like, how do I know what anybody wants if you guys don't fucking talk to us? You know, so talk to us. We're really cool. We're chill guys. We do like to talk, and we love talking about this shit. So if you talk to us about it, we're gonna fucking probably talk to you about it for fucking hours, and then you're gonna fucking make us addicted to social media because we're gonna be on social media probably talking to you about it. But
That's okay.
You can catch me on it's ITS_ANDYY on Instagram, or ANDYDANCHUK also on Instagram, or Andrew Danchuk on Facebook.
All right, yeah, you can hit me up on the_goldenboy_fry on Instagram.
You can find me at Jack Blames on Instagram, at Jack Blames on YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment.
Plug himself.
And then we also have the
OneOOnebrand at gmail.com for our email. Then we have OneOOne Boyz on YouTube, and we have OneOOne Brand on Instagram as well.
Yes, we do. So hit us up anywhere. Talk to us. We'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Much love.
We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And I want to ask real quick. Nobody hit me up about that underscore? Oh, we didn't release that podcast.
Oh,
all right. So wait. So last podcast we said, do people say under dash or underscore? I'm an underscore type of guy. James is an underscore type of guy.
I'm under dash, baby.
Sean's an under dash type of guy. So
the
what are you
under
guys?
dash, golden boy, under dash, fry,
is it
motherfuckers.
Under dash or underscore? So
let us know.
We want to know. Fucking let us know. Please hit us back. All right, guys. Have a good day.
Love you.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions. They blocking your vision, but no